Hello! Today I'm looking at a few horror films featuring, you guessed it, cats. So don't be a pussy and join me as we take a chronological look at cinema's most murderous moggies. I'm going to avoid a couple of the bigger films like Pet Sematary and Cat's Eye in favour of some perhaps lesser known or older movies. I'll also try and avoid major spoilers so you can enjoy these films for yourself later, and I'll throw in a few related non-cat films for further viewing. Okay, without further ado... Oh god, no, I wanted scary, not genuinely disturbing. Number 1. The first film on the list is 1934's The Black Cat with horror legends Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff. We join Mr. and Mrs. Allison on their honeymoon in a romantic, war-ravaged Hungarian death town. Charming. They are soon dragged into a deadly game of cat and mouse, with Dr. Vitus, rhymes with fetus, Vertigast, and Haumar, easy for you to say, Pulzig. While it may share its name with the classic Tale of Terror by Edgar Allan Poe, the film shares very little else in common with its namesake. You can expect dead bodies, murder, Satanism.
All very well and good, but where are the cats?
Here are your precious cats! If you fancy branching out from the topic of cats, Lugosi and Karloff have a number of great team-ups from the 30s for you to explore. Number 2. Cat People, 1942, directed by Val Lewton. The first time I saw this film I was probably about 7, and it was a really poorly transferred VHS copy, and you had to sit right next to the TV just to be able to make out what the hell anyone was saying, and I still thought it was great. A Serbian fashion artist is cursed to turn into a big, deadly panther whenever she finds herself attracted to a man. This becomes a pretty serious problem when she begins a relationship with Oliver Reed. No, not that one. And lots of catty antics ensue. As a bonus, there's a pretty enjoyable sequel released in 1944, though it's more of a fantasy than a horror film, but still worth a look. Number 3. We've got another horror superstar on our hands in the form of Vincent Price in 1964's The Tomb of Ligeia, directed by the grandfather of low-budget horror, Roger Corman. Price plays a character called Verdun Fell, the eternally sunglassed, whose first wife returns to haunt him and his second wife in the form of a sinister black cat. I'm sure everything will be fine though, probably just want some ear scratches, right? Corman has a ton of great 60s horror movies worth hunting down, and they all have a really lurid, psychedelic style that sets them apart from anything else, super trippy. Number 4. Okay, I'm cheating with this one. I've chosen the first segment of the 1967 portmanteau film, Torture Garden from Amicus Studios. But I mean, come on, Burgess Meredith plays a sideshow magician type guy, how could I not? A man visits his dying uncle in a bid to find out where he's hiding his riches. He then gets himself all tied up with a telepathic demon cat who demands human flesh. Standard family inheritance stuff. Now, I like Torture Garden, but Amicus Studios, and this is the real reason why I included it, made a few of these anthology horrors, and there are stronger ones than Torture Garden out there, so I definitely recommend watching those. Particularly The House That Dripped Blood and Dr. Terror's House of Horror, those are my 2 favourites. The director of this one, Freddie Francis, also directed a string of great British horror for you to try. Number 5. We head to my current home, Japan, for our next film, 1977's Hausu. How to even start explaining this? A group of schoolgirls goes to visit Grandma with some unexpected violent consequences. Always the way, isn't it? This is one of my favourite films ever. Unique, completely unpredictable, stylish. Japanese cinema has a habit of knocking it out of the ballpark, and if you want to go somewhere afterwards, you might try one of these. Number 6. Staying in 1977, we have The Uncanny, without a doubt the most catty cat horror film on the list. This is straight up Cat City. Horror icon Peter Cushing wants to get his book on the true nature of cats published. He believes that they are, in fact, evil creatures who control humans through their own nefarious means. We are then presented with 3 stories that prove his theory, supposedly. If you want more Peter Cushing in your life, and who wouldn't, why not take a look at some of his work with Hammer and get a dose of Christopher Lee for good measure? So, what did you think of the list? Did I leave out your favourite cat horror film? Let me know, and thanks for watching. Okay, I'll get you food. Jesus, what's wrong with you? Oh god. Oh god, no! No! No!